Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is your favorite show, Sports Unfolded, with your favorite hosts, Eric and Ron.
Hey, welcome to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded. I am your host, Eric. My main man right over there, Ron. How are you tonight?
Oh, heated right now. Heated.
Oh, that might not be a bad thing, man. That might not be a bad thing. Lots going on in the sports world. We are a weekly sports podcast covering all of the top stories that have happened this past week. We are live, fan interactive. So again, if you are joining us live, please join the chat. Let us know if there's anything you want to talk about other than politics and religion. More than happy to talk about that as well. What's that? No. You don't want to talk about it?
No, don't want to talk about politics.
Oh no, we definitely don't want to talk about politics. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just not something we do here on Sports
it's a bad
Unfolded.
thing.
So, Ron, with that being said, let's start off with our leadoff story this week. The Denver Broncos have named Bo Nix as their starting quarterback. Do you think it'll pay off?
Well, pay off with what? Another high draft pick?
Maybe. I mean, can we be seeing second comings of CJ Stroud?
I doubt it. I mean, come on. The chances of that happening another year, I doubt that. I mean, you figure one of these rookies have to step up, right?
There's going to be one, right?
Whether it's Caleb Williams or or may it be Drake May? I don't know. I wasn't very high on the class as it was. I don't think it's going to be
I mean,
all that great for Denver.
Sean Payton, right, needs to breathe life back into this organization. They've struggled at quarterback. I think this gives him a good shot to at least say, hey, look, if he's seen enough in this kid in the preseason and here in training camp to say, hey, look, this kid's ready. We seem to forget Bo Nix, 5-year starter in college, right? So he started off in Auburn and then went to Oregon. He threw for over 15,000 yards, Ron, in his career, 113 touchdowns, 26 interceptions.
I'm not doubting maybe he turns out to be a good quarterback, but I don't think it's going to be like Stroud last year. I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't see them making the playoffs. I don't see, Denver really doing anything to, raise the eyebrow.
More days, Kenny. Yes, thank you.
So I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be that.
I will say this though too. Think about their options where Jarrett Stidham or Zach Wilson. This probably is the best option for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, well, that's just it. What was his competition in, training camp? So, I mean, is it just because he is the better quarterback that they had and they didn't really have anything else to turn to? So I think that is more likely. Look, he's going to get the opportunity to learn this year, and I think that's what it's going to be for him. I think it's going to be a rough season. It's not going to be all bad because they do have some skill on this team. A couple of guys here and there. I think they can at least establish, a culture, for this team, and then progress. I mean, Peyton is a good coach, so
again, we talk about
going to get the most out of it. It's going to be him.
Yeah, we talk about Sean Payton though, one Super Bowl win, right, with Drew
Yeah.
Brees,
Right.
who broke all kinds of records.
Yeah.
I ask you this, Ron, who's got more pressure to perform well in this situation? Is it Sean Payton or is it Bo Nix?
Definitely Sean Payton, because everybody looks at a rookie and says, you know what, he's going to go through growing pains. I mean, Peyton Manning did, right?
Peyton
I
Manning
mean,
broke
Tom
the
didn't, but
Peyton Manning though. Remember this, broke the rookie record for interceptions in a season, right? And you think about
right.
where he came. Tom Brady didn't even play his first year.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to compare. Like right now, if you were going to go, CJ Stroud is a good comparison, who came right out of college and improved this team and got them into the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's a rare thing. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't happen all the time. And I don't see it happening here, first of all, because I don't think that the Denver Broncos have enough pieces on the offense to even compete for a playoff berth. So it's going to be a lot of pieces that are going to make mistakes quite often,
And
but
to
they're
your
going to
point,
learn from them.
yeah, right. Great point too, right? You're in the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs. That doesn't make it any easier. We still
No.
think the Chargers have talent. We got to see what Harbaugh is able to do with it. And then the
Right.
Raiders have talent as well. I mean, how well does their quarterback play, work out for them? Where the Denver Broncos probably are the fourth best team in this division. But this should bring some light to the organization if he performs well.
Yeah, if he performs well, I mean, to get second or third isn't out of the question. I don't think it could be a playoff berth, but I can see them. I can see them landing in third place. I could see it,
So
and then the Raiders on the bottom.
of the rookie classes, right? Jaden Daniels for Washington now named the starter. Obviously, Caleb Williams we knew was going to start. Bo Nix starting, so that's 3 out of the 6. Drake May?
I think it's only a matter of time. I think Drake May gets in there when the schedule softens.
Or Jacoby Brissett just absolutely craps himself.
Which
Who,
could be
who,
first.
who else am I missing? Who are the other 2 quarterbacks?
Well, Penix is
Penix
not
won't play.
going to start.
Yeah, we know Penix isn't going to play.
What's the other guy?
Who was who was the 6th?
Is it Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh?
Nope. Pittsburgh
Who
grabbed
drafted the other one?
Hold on a second here, buddy. Because now I'm curious, right? Like,
Yeah. I mean, wait, it's not Carolina.
no, here we go. I got it. Hold on.
I'm trying to remember. It's
Michael
I
Penix
know-
went 9, and JJ McCarthy, who's out for the year. So 3 out of the
That's right.
6 are starting, and the only one remaining now is Drake May to possibly be 4 out of 6. So,
and we'll find out this Sunday.
go New England, stand firm, be the only one not to do it. Like, I don't, whatever. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation that could get me in some hot water. If you're joining us live, let us know. Do you think Bo Nix is the answer at quarterback for the Denver Broncos? And will he be successful? Huh?
Bro Nix.
Bo Nix.
Bro Nix.
It's Bro Nix. Actually, when you do the hashtag, it looks like Bo Nix. Yeah, like all together.
Onyx.
Looks like one of those.
Earlier, Onyx.
Yeah, right. It looks like one of those companies.
Onyx.
Oh no! How about one of those prescription drugs that are always on TV with all the 75 one?
Yeah.
Try Bononix. Side effects could be death. Like, wait a minute. Like, what are we doing?
Is that what they're going to put on the warnings of the tickets?
Right? Yes. Bonix could kill you if the kid stinks. Right? Like, poor thing. I don't know. Sean Payton, I think so much pressure. He feels like he has to make this move. Does this give him an extra year in Denver?
Who, Sean Payton?
Yeah, because you think about this whole Russell Wilson debacle, right? And the money they're paying out there. Like, he's got to show that he can produce.
Still with them? No.
He's in Pittsburgh.
Right.
They're still paying him.
Hey, who do you think is going to win that job? Fields or Russell?
I think Fields is going to take that job.
I hope so.
But I think
I want Justin Fields to stick it to Chicago.
Right. But I would also say this too. I think Russ' career's done. I think he is done. It's crazy to think about, right? Like 10 years ago, this guy was probably the best quarterback in the league. And how quickly
his career was done when he threw that pick.
I was talking to a Seattle fan today, and I said, listen, I said, thank you for giving us a ring. I said, because all you have to do is run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. And you would have won that Super Bowl. But no, all right, whatever. Thank you, Pete Carroll, and all the Seattle Seahawks fans out there.
Beast mode, right? You had the top running back in the league at the time, who was just destroying the Patriots on the field.
Oh, they were killing him. He was killing them that day.
Yeah.
Killing
if
him.
I'm not mistaken, his yards per carry was like something like 8 in that game.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. And yet here we go again with, typical coaching can lose it. Coaches can lose it.
Oh, they can. They can. And that'll happen again this year in Dallas.
Dallas ain't getting anywhere. Dallas is not even going to touch the playoffs again. No offense to everybody out there.
Days. Yeah, see, beast mode. There we go. He was so good. Next year he's going to be up for Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think he goes up with Skittles? I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, though. He was a very good running back, but I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame running back. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll talk more about that later, I'm sure of it.
Well, now I want to see what his numbers were.
No.
No, we're not doing that? Okay. All right, let's go and continue our NFL conversation. Philadelphia Eagles have traded for wide receiver Jahan Dotson, formerly of the Washington Commanders. You think about, usually in division, you don't make trades, which is kind of crazy to begin with.
Yeah.
Do you think this makes the Philadelphia Eagles offense unstoppable?
It's pretty damn good.
Right. I would not want to face them.
Nice receiver.
Very good receiver.
Nice.
He had 49 receptions last year. Like, he's not a slouch. I mean
they have an okay running back.
Okay. I mean, Saquon, he's all right if he stays healthy, right?
Right. Wow. If he stays healthy, oh my God.
So the problem would be, to me, Ron, can Jalen Hurts bounce back? Because you think about it, a lot of their struggles last year was more Jalen Hurts. Right? A.J. Brown still top receiver. Devontae Smith, Dallas got it. I mean, they were all very solid.
Very good.
Can Jalen Hurts not screw this thing up?
Yeah. If you get the Jalen Hurts from 2 years ago, oh, good Lord, the league is in trouble.
Can't stop them.
Depending on how their defense plays, and I don't expect it to suffer. You know what I mean? Like, I really think that this team is Super Bowl bound.
Yeah. Look, one issue I have, believe it or not, you know what the biggest problem they're going to have? Losing Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
You think about that offensive line, the tush push, and how he was probably the greatest one to ever do it. Jalen Hurts bounces back. To your point, who stops them?
Yeah.
Who do you stop?
See anybody in that conference that can stop them.
Barkley's got to stay healthy too.
But to your San Francisco defensively, I mean, that would be the only team. But I don't look if they don't have Ayuk, I don't see them getting there.
I think that's going to happen, though.
I think
Ayuk's going to sign.
I think Philadelphia is probably the team to beat in the NFC, and that offense is going to be so good.
Yeah, and that's a quiet steal. Like, everybody's going to be like, "Oh, Dotson's not that good." 49 receptions last year. He's only been in the league 2 years. 84 receptions, 11 touchdowns, 12.4 yards per reception. And then, Ron, think about it. Who was throwing the ball to him?
Right. That's the
Like,
thing.
he didn't have a
You,
top quarterback.
you, no, and for him to have that many, I think that's a pretty good season. That's a pretty good season. That's a breakout season.
So I
And
don't. Tyler
now,
Heineke, was that their quarterback
mm,
last year? I don't even remember who their quarterback was last year. That's how impressed I was.
or wasn't it like
Was it Heineke?
somebody Taylor say or something?
I
Uh,
think they had a Taylor. I don't know. See, that's my point. This
yeah.
kid now, you get Jalen Hurts throwing you the football. You get AJ Brown and Devontae Smith on the outside. You're gonna have like nobody's covering you. This kid's
No,
gonna have
nobody's gonna
probably
cover him.
85 to 100 catches.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the Eagles have potential to break the record for receiving yards.
And let me ask you this question. I'm a Washington Commander fan right now. I traded within the division.
You are?
I'm role playing here. This is a role play.
Oh,
And I'm gonna sit back and go, okay, Jaden Daniels, you just named my starting quarterback, and you took away one of the best or one of the better receivers on my team. I don't know. He is not. Yeah. But how would I feel as a Washington Commander fan? I think I'd be pretty pissed off.
yeah.
Like, why do you name this kid your starter? And then you're starting to take pieces away from him day one.
Yeah. Yeah. It just goes to show you that they don't know what they're doing in Washington. They haven't known, and this is a new regime.
What's his name? Dan, the dude from Dallas there. Dan,
Oh,
the
not Reeves.
Dan Reeves.
Quinn.
Dan Quinn. Dan Reeves. I had Dan Campbell. I don't. Dan Reeves. God rest his soul. I believe he's no longer with us, by the way, Dan Reeves. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. That would have been a trick.
That would have been really weird seeing him on the sideline. Who wins in this trade?
Philadelphia, because Washington isn't going to make any.
Do you think that third round pick pays off of Washington next year?
No, no. First of all, you got to know what the hell you're doing. I find it interesting that they did get a third round pick for him. I'm not sure.
Was it a third?
I would give a third.
Was it a third?
I don't know. You're supposed to do your research.
I know today. I mean, you listen, buddy. A lot of us, we're busy people.
I know we're busy people.
Okay.
That's why we're so late, because of the stupid restream.
Yeah, I don't know. If anybody's out there that knows how to fix that for Ron, we'd greatly appreciate it.
It's not me. It's them.
That sounds like when you break up with somebody. It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, but it's them. It's 100% them.
I mean, Ron.
It was working for 4 years. They changed everything, and now it doesn't work. Them. Screw them.
They're out already?
Who's out?
Philadelphia, I'm saying. No, Restream. We're back. We're getting a new.
Yeah, well, we aired Going On Daily on a different platform, EV Mux. I happened to get a notice from them, an ad on Facebook from them, and I checked it out, and it works.
All right. Hey.
So
it works, right?
So Philadelphia is going to be potentially a record-breaking offense.
Yeah, I can't even get it up. So sounds like a personal problem. But anyway,
that sounds like a personal thing.
Yeah. The blue pill, buddy. The blue pill works every time. I will say this, Ron. NFL season right around the corner. Kenny nailed it. 13 days away. So excited to finally get real football that counts. So we'll see. Well, let's rephrase that. we get to see other people play real football. Here in New England, we get to see what we call a train wreck, and, but we still want to keep watching it. So,
Do we?
I,
It's
all
all
right,
gonna
Ron.
be flag football eventually.
Yeah, at some point. With that being said, great NFL talk. Let us know how you feel about that trade. Are the Philadelphia Eagles unstoppable? But we are moving
Did
on.
the Falcons just do something as well?
They picked up Judon and
Yeah, I
Simmons.
thought they did something else as well.
I don't think so.
I thought I saw them in the headlines today. All right, well,
let us move on to our starting five.
great. No, we have the football voting.
All right, before we get into our starting five, please go to Sports Unfolded Sports poll page on Facebook. Cast your vote for the next nominee to get into the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. That would be Derek Thomas, Derek Brooks, Junior Seau, Kevin Green, and Mike Singletary. Right now, Derek Thomas leading the votes currently, but you, the fans, decide who gets in. So cast your vote on Sports Unfolded Sports poll page on Facebook. Polls are open now, so check that out. Help one of those gentlemen join Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Jim Brown, Joe Montana, and Lawrence Taylor in the football Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. But on the right-hand side, you can see all of the inductees. And then on the left, all the athletes that have yet to get in. Let us know.
Failed. Like, when you look at it, Don Hudson, Lawrence Taylor, both with 0%. Lawrence Taylor got 0 votes.
I don't know how that's possible because Lawrence Taylor is in the Hall of Fame.
Wait, is he? Oh, he is.
Who's running this thing?
Oh, I just found a typo then.
Yeah, we might want to get. But to your point, Ray Lewis, 3%. Greatest tackle of all time. 3%.
Yeah, 3%.
That's a shame. Kobe Bryant still blows my mind. 0. Kobe.
I know.
Come on.
That is.
Oh,
shocking.
boy. All right. Do I do this audio again for the starting
point.
five? You want it again? Here we are with the starting five, Ron.
The good one.
This week's starting five, we are on episode 34. So 34 years ago in 1990, we took the Cy Young, National League Cy Young winners from 1990 to today, and we had to put in our starting five.
It went the other way.
Whichever way you want to go, Ron.
1990 backward.
Yeah, you wanted to go. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, we don't get that kind of time. Ron, you are first this week, my friend. So if you'd like to give us your honorable mentions.
All right. Honorable mentions. I've got I only have 4.
Oh, I only have 3, so.
Yeah, because you probably left one of these guys out. My number 4 is Roy Halladay. I have him in there mostly because he died, and he probably would have had
Great
a better
reason.
career.
Great reason.
No, well, because he died to,
Hold on, Ron. Very good. Very good.
All right. So anyway, he's in there. I put him as an honorable mention. My number 3 honorable mention is John Smoltz.
Smoltz, one of mine. Yep.
213 wins, no slouch. And that goes with all the saves. He had 154 saves. Yeah. So he did get moved to the bullpen and was just as good there.
He won a Rolaids relief pitcher.
Yes, he did. He did. ROLAIDS.
Rolaids. Very good, Ron.
My number 2 honorable mention, Max Scherzer. Did not get in for me.
He did not get in mine either. He is an honorable mention.
Yes. And my number 1 honorable mention, who is on the bubble, and that is a big bubble, by the way, is Tom Glavine with his 305 wins.
So
I
believe it or
wanted
not,
to put him in.
yeah, believe it or not, other than Roy, I left Roy Holiday off.
I knew you would.
But I had Smoltz, Glavine, and Scherzer on my honorable mentions.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so far so
Which
good.
is interesting.
So
Interesting,
far
isn't
so
it?
good. Yes, it is. It is very
You got that.
interesting.
You're wondering now.
Yes,
You're
because I know there's somebody
wondering.
on there that you're not putting on your list. At 5, though, Ron, who's your starting on your starting 5? Who's number 5?
Well, it's funny how you say this. You know how I re-looked at Barry Bonds and I went through the
Can't with you.
numbers.
I can't right now. Here
I
we go
figured
again.
if I can get the Bonds that opportunity to rework his numbers, and from when it is suspected, you know, in Rogers' case, it's a little more than suspect.
No, he was
You know,
definitely he was a steroid user. Absolutely.
right. So, and that came. He got caught the second year of Toronto. And then I looked at the numbers and I seen the last 3 years in Boston. It's so good. And then all of a sudden he goes to Toronto and he's better than ever. So I took off from Toronto down and I gave Roger Clemens his numbers. And let me just read those numbers from Boston. This is interesting. 192 and 111 was his record. 3.06 in Boston. Played 383 games, all started. 2,776 innings, 2,590 strikeouts just in Boston. And his whip, if anybody pays attention to that, 1.158, which is a great whip.
Whip it good, buddy.
Now, 3 Cy Youngs in Boston. 5 All-Stars and 4 ERA titles, and that was enough for me to put him at number 5.
So proud of
I
you.
put Roger Clemens in there.
So proud of you.
You should be happy with that.
Oh, I'm thrilled. All right, so our number, everything down is probably going to be the same after that. So at 5 for me, only guy on my list that didn't have at least 3,000 strikeouts, Clayton Kershaw. I put in 212 wins, 94 losses, 2.48 ERA, Ron. That is ridiculous. 10-time All-Star, 3 Cy Youngs, 5 ERA championships, an MVP, a Triple Crown, and a one-time champion. Clayton Kershaw would be my number 5. So,
yes.
Who's at 4 for you?
My number 4 is Pedro Martinez.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I went through the numbers, and it's another thing that we've both talked about. It's like you can't count what would have been and what is. I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it was fair that for me, if I was to put Kershaw at number 4, it wouldn't be fair to him. I put Pedro there with his 219 wins, 100 losses, 2.93 ERA is fantastic. Kershaw's is better. And Kershaw had 212 wins, so it was right there with Pedro. 3,154 strikeouts though for Pedro, and but 3 Cy Youngs, 8 All-Stars, 1 World Series, 5-time ERA. He won a Triple Crown, but I compared him to Kershaw. Kershaw also won a Triple Crown, had 2 more All-Stars, and the World Series were the same, but Kershaw got a Gold Glove. Pedro did not, and Kershaw had an MVP. So I couldn't put Pedro ahead of Kershaw.
Okay. Very fair. At 4 for me, Pedro Martinez. I did put him ahead. Again, love the strikeouts. again, they tied with the ERAs and the size, the Triple Crown, the championships. I agree with you on the MVP. I just, again, Kershaw not done with his career yet. I will put him ahead of him. I guarantee you by the time that his career is over. But for Pedro's complete body of work, you know what I mean? 7 more wins, 6 more losses. So you think about it. Kershaw is going to surpass him on both of those as well. But I went Pedro at 4.
Pedro's one of those guys that really, he only needed one pitch. I mean, I saw him, his fastball was off. I believe he coming off an injury or was injured in that game that I saw, and he was just going to the changeup and he was demolishing the lineup.
One of the best pitchers ever. He really was. To your point, I think if he played a little longer, it would have been really nice. But so who's 3?
My number 3. My number 3 is Clayton Kershaw.
Okay.
So, and I just went through his numbers.
Yeah.
And that's why the comparison was there.
Gotcha.
Because they were 3 and 4.
All right. So at 3 for me, Greg Maddux, 355 wins, 3.16 ERA, 3,371 strikeouts, 4 SI, 4 ERA. That one number we continuously talk about, 18 Gold Gloves and the championship.
Crazy.
So it is insane.
I mean, is there a player that's won that many?
I think there's been somebody who's
maybe
won
like Ozzie Smith. I can't think of anybody offhand. That is a crazy number. That's a crazy number. But yeah, I mean, I have him at number 2. Of course, there's the Roger Clemens thing. I split his numbers. You know, hey, you got to give me at least credit for that.
Listen.
Normally, I would just leave
you wouldn't
him
even put him in.
and,
I got you.
You know?
I got you.
So I had Greg Maddux at number 2. The more I think about it, how I loved watching him pitch, and I remember watching the games in Atlanta. You know, we had TBS for a long time, and I got to watch all those games in Atlanta. Whenever he was pitching, I would watch those games, and he was just unbelievable.
So,
and could you imagine if he had an arm like, a Randy Johnson or something?
Oh my goodness. So let me tell you this. Greg Maddux, 18 Gold Gloves. Ivan Rodriguez, 13 at catcher. Keith Hernandez, 11 at first. Roberto Alomar, 10 at second. Brooke Robinson, 16 at third. Looks like he's number 2. Ozzie Smith, 13 for Ozzie.
13.
Yeah. Barry Bonds, left field, 8. Willie Mays, 12 at center. And Roberto Clemente, 12 at right. So, so he has the most all time. Isn't that insane? That's crazy to think about.
That is crazy.
Right?
That's crazy.
So you had him at 2. At 2 for me, Randy Johnson. Right? 303 for wins, 3.29 ERA. And everybody thought, you think about it, right? The man, no, you couldn't hit him. 4,875 strikeouts, 10-time All-Star.
If you're a lefty, you weren't touching him.
Right? Oh my goodness. 4 ERA titles, 5 Cy Youngs, a Triple Crown, a championship. And when he did get to that World Series, he was the World Series MVP. So Randy Johnson at 2 for me.
Yeah, no, and I have him at number 1. So, I mean, when you look at those numbers, 4,800 plus strikeouts, 4,100 innings. I mean, that's domination. That is absolute domination. And like I said, when you have those lefties, almost everyone was sitting out that was a left-hander against him. I remember Poppy sitting out, not playing against Randy Johnson. I think the only Sox lefty that played against him was Wade Boggs.
Yeah.
And that's because Wade Boggs is Wade Boggs.
Just a pure hitter. I will say this. Right. Kenny just put up, obviously his nickname, Big Unit. Sports Unfolded, just hashtag big unit. We're gonna see some different things coming up now. Be ready, folks. Okay, because there's a big unit out there. We're gonna find it.
Yeah.
A big
Yeah.
unit. But he was a phenomenal pitcher. And I still, like I said, I think we've talked about this in the past. That bird thing will never go away. When he basically shredded a bird, he shredded it. The bird literally just shredded apart. Like it was ridiculous. And
it's a crazy thing that happens,
yeah, the odds.
And
again, that poor bird had to face a Randy Johnson fastball.
He
Didn't
was
survive
so intimidating.
Oh, he was so big, right? Just because of his size. I had obviously at one Roger. And we had 7 ERA, 7 Cy Youngs. So that was ridiculous. 2 Triple Crowns and an MVP to go along with 2 championships. Listen, he cheated better than everybody else. We know he cheated. I give it to him. At least he got caught. I mean, we're not going to argue that one. I agree with you. He is definitely he was a dirty player, but
yeah. And the sad part is he probably didn't even have to.
No, he was dominant beforehand. Like you said, 3 Cy Youngs before in Boston.
I mean, and I think leaving Boston, I actually think that scared him because he had 3 years that were just okay. And I think he wanted to prove to himself that he could do it, but
he could bounce back,
a little.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. So that was a great one. Let's talk some NBA, Ron. Glad Kenny's still on. Kenny, let us know what you think about this story. So, do you feel, Ron, the right move was not trading LeBron James by his agent? So, the story came out this week that Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, I guess, nixed the deal, not Bo Nix, to trade LeBron to Golden State because of the image factor that he knew it would definitely obviously LeBron would have taken a lot of heat for moving again, not the Miami Heat. Yeah, see what I'm doing here? I like it. So do you think the right move was for LeBron to stay in LA regardless and not go to the Warriors?
Yeah, for him, yeah. Because if he would have went to the Warriors, it would have been just another time that he's chasing a ring, trying to team up with Curry because he knows Curry just gave him a gold after Kobe gave him 2 of them.
But listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Ron, if any time in your Sports Unfolded career, this was your opportunity, because Rich Paul probably knew that if this happened, this would have just fueled your fire against LeBron James. And they didn't want that, Ron. They didn't want that.
No.
So they said, listen, stay in LA because Ron from Sports Unfolded will tear you apart for chasing another ring. You're the reason that LeBron didn't move. You're the reason.
It could be.
This is your opportunity. Take credit, Ron.
I'm the one that has kept him honest all this time, ever since that day. Ever since that day he left Cleveland.
You never let him forget it. You were one of those fans burning jerseys on the Cleveland streets. I know.
Burning jerseys? Oh, I was buying them all up and then putting them in a nice big pile with all that Miami Heat. And just toasting it, cooking marshmallows.
But you don't think he redeemed himself going back to Cleveland?
No, because then he just did it again.
But he won in Cleveland. He gave them a championship.
It's just like, you're dating somebody and then they leave, and then, a couple of years later, you take the person back and then they leave again. It's the same damn thing.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
There's a small rumor going around. Small, very small.
Nope.
Hold on. Grunk has been seen in New England practicing with the team. And Tom has been working with Grunk possibly to make a return. You would be okay with Tom Brady coming back to New England?
Hell yeah.
How does that work then? LeBron did it.
It's different.
Why is it different? Tell me why it's different.
Because it was clearly a fractured relationship with Tom and Bill, even though they don't make it.
It was in Cleveland, though. When he was in Cleveland, he wanted talent. He asked them to acquire talent. They didn't do it.
Yeah.
So, again, Tom left because where did he go? Tampa Bay, who had talent.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like he's done so much for New England.
Oh, here we go.
But
He didn't.
what did he really?
LeBron
do
is
he won a
Mr. Cleveland. LeBron is Cleveland. He's
No,
the chosen one.
No, he's not.
He was.
He's not. He's not.
In Cleveland, he was.
I would tend to think that those NBA fans in Cleveland really do not care for LeBron. I don't think they care for him. I'm telling you, look, LeBron is all about himself. Tom is not. And Tom has showed that with his contracts. There's only so many times you can give back with your contract. Give back to the team. Take less for the team not to use it. That was the ultimate undoing of the Patriots. Now, LeBron is all about himself. Completely. He's chasing rings because he needs it to prove to everybody that he's the greatest, but he can't even prove it to everybody else because he's so egotistical that he's claiming he's the best player ever, and those players that are great never have to do that. They never have to do that. They always say somebody else is better. Not LeBron. He doesn't do that. It's all about him. And that's what makes it different.
Listen, he turned over a new leaf, though. He stayed in LA because it was the right thing. It was the
leaf.
right thing to do. Give him credit, Ron.
Look, he forced them to draft his son, who is complete garbage, and that's why they nixed the trade because Golden State wouldn't take Bronny in the trade.
Probably that could be a good. You may be right on that one.
That's what it is.
You may be right on that one.
Had nothing to do with it. It was all about Bronny. LeBron would move if they traded Bronny with him.
But do you think, honestly,
Golden State didn't want him?
Would they win? Would he win in Golden State? Though seriously, I don't think he would have won. I don't think they're better than Denver with LeBron on that team. I'm not saying LeBron. Listen,
no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, I don't has a way of making things happen.
Maybe. I don't know. But
it's a way.
So, Ron, you're the reason he stayed. Good job, buddy. Proud of you.
I'm glad he's in LA.
Proud of you. All right.
I hope Jason Tatum goes in there and scores 60 on him.
Should
60.
Should LeBron have gone? Let us know in the chat. Do you think it was the right move to stay in LA by his agent? His agent.
Go away.
He can't. He's got to play with Bronny this year. All right, let's talk some Major League Baseball.
And G League?
Maybe he'll step down for a bit. The Atlanta Braves. Imagine how many points he'd probably be the all-time scorer in the G League. He might do that. He might play there for 4 years. He could probably still beat those kids. Atlanta Braves have suffered another injury, Ron. I know we got a lot of fans out there in Dallas, Georgia. 99.1 WDJY FM. We're on every Saturday between 1 and 3. I'm sure they've got some interest right now in the Atlanta Braves. And this situation, it's just getting worse. So they suffered 2 injuries. I didn't even know about the latest one that you talked about. I was talking about Austin Riley, the third baseman, now out 6 to 8 weeks with a broken hand. But you also said that there's another injury as well.
Yeah, Jorge Soler. He suffered a hamstring injury. Probably won't keep him out too long, but that's another guy, right? And we know hamstrings have a tendency to be nagging.
I almost didn't do the show because of a hamstring, so I'm just telling you. And it had nothing to do with my
Yeah.
big unit. Okay, remember that. Randy, our show's going right off the rails now. I lost it.
Yeah.
I think I lost it. Hamstring. Hamstring. Yeah. There we go. But I will say this, Ron. How much longer can they hold on? They're only a game and a half up on the Mets for the last wild card spot. The Mets, who we thought was all dead and buried. Like the Mets, what? No, the Mets are still alive. Can they hold on, the Braves?
When you got a guy that's making like $50 million a year and can't even get into the lineup, I mean, the Mets should be good, right?
Absolutely. That's what all good teams do.
Isn't that what they're paying Bonilla?
All good teams do. Paul Bonilla, the guy was a genius. We can't have a question. Bobby Bonilla is literally making over $1 million a year for the last 30 years. The guy hasn't played. How great is that? I'd love to get that contract, but I'm gonna seriously. How do the Braves survive this now? Acuna Jr. right out for the year. Spencer Strider out for the year. One of their better pitchers. Now you lose Austin Riley. You're losing pieces left and right. You're a game and a half up.
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult without Austin Riley to hold on to that spot. It's too bad because this is a great team. And
the talent was
decimating them.
Ron, when this season started, the Braves looked like they were going to be the front runners. They were dominating the first month and a half. Then Philadelphia started to come around, and you're like, all right, at least they're going to make the playoffs. And now, with all these rash of injuries, you start to question: can they even make the postseason?
Yeah, because you got to wonder about those teams out in the West, and then of course the Mets. Like, there's going to be contenders there, right? I mean, you gotta worry about that. I mean, that seems like it's going to be a problem to hold on. Without your third baseman, I mean, he's right on that hot corner, and you got to have a guy that can knock down those drives right down the line, right? And when you start taking a third baseman out of the picture, that's when you have a really big problem because now it's going to hurt defensively. Even if Riley wasn't a good defender, the guy behind him in the depth chart isn't going to be as good either. So that becomes a problem, and you're not going to be able to take away runs like that. You're gonna have times where you lose that run just because of that one play. And looking at the standings, they got to worry about the Giants, who are 65 and 64, but you're only talking a couple of games behind the Braves as well. So the Mets, San Francisco, and then St. Louis isn't that far behind them.
That's incredible.
I mean,
to think about, right?
That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to hold those teams off.
Listen. I feel bad for Braves fans because honestly, your team was by far one of the top 3 teams in the league. Yeah. And then slowly during this season, just Acuna Jr., the player that he could possibly be, it's going to be.
You're taking away an MVP candidate.
Right. But it's overshadowed. You think about his career when it's all over, said and done. The year, he's going to miss like 2 or 3 years of baseball based on the injuries he's had. And it's going to hurt his, ultimately how the outcome of his career goes. And then to your point, right now, you continue to lose all these guys. It's insane. Braves fans, good luck out there. I mean, this is going to be a tight race now. And I still can't believe. And one of my buddies, one of my best friends is a Mets fan. I'm sure he's ecstatic because I don't think the Mets ever thought they had a shot. If they pull this off and the Mets get in, think about the money they've spent that went to waste that they're now still going to get in. Scherzer, DeGrom, right? Like all these guys that they had picked up. What's his name from Houston? Drawing a blank here. Verlander. Like they picked both of them up last year to trade them away after they didn't make it with those guys. And now you're going to make them out like some of the top pitching. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's hey, you know, you never know. That's why they play the games, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a constant.
absolutely.
There's always a surprise, and the Mets are a big surprise right now. And if
100%.
they sneak in, woo.
Incredible. Incredible, Ron. Austin Riley batting 256, 109 hits, 19 home runs, 63 runs, 56 RBIs. He is a two-time All-Star, two-time Silver Slugger, so that's a big loss out of the lineup as well. We'll have to see what happens. I'm sure we'll be talking about the Braves again at some point. So those Dallas, Georgia listeners out there, let us know what you think. Are the Braves still postseason bound? I mean, that is an interesting question to ask. But, Ron, we're going to move on. We're going to have some fun. One of our favorite segments, Split Decisions.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one.
So our Split Decision segment, basically, we ask each other two more likely questions, and we've got to make a decision. Ron, you are first this week, so your first split decision.
All right, my first split decision question is this. Who is more likely to enter the NFL Hall of Fame in 2025? Eli Manning or Adam Vinatieri? More likely.
I hate you right now. I really do. Because I hate Eli. Because he ripped us off on two that we should have got. Well, one of them, because the other team that he beat wasn't very good. But anyway, not the point. I will say this. Eli is a 500 quarterback. Yes, the man won 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I don't think he's Hall of Fame. I don't. Adam Vinatieri, on the other hand, had clutch kicks, not only in the Super Bowl, in postseason games, one of the top points getters of all time in the NFL. I'd go Adam Vinatieri before I'd go Eli Manning. I'm not saying Eli's not getting in because I'm sure they're going to give it to him just because his last name, he's from New York, and he won 2 Super Bowls. I don't think he deserves it. So Adam Vinatieri to me.
Yeah. Adam Vinatieri is who you think should go in before, but who
Eli Manning gets in before.
Going to go in?
Eli Manning's going to get in.
Before Adam Vinatieri.
I think they both get in this year. But they'll say Eli got in first. Eli will be the head of the class or whatever. Some crap.
He's not going to be the head of the class.
That was garbage. I don't like you right now.
This stings. I can see it on your face.
Oh, I can't. That argument. The man is a 500 quarterback.
He is. He doesn't even belong in there.
If he didn't win
trying to get in
2 Super Bowls, everybody would have said he was horrible. But no, because he won 2 Super Bowls and he beat the greatest quarterback of all time, all of a sudden he deserves to be Hall of Fame. Whatever. Squirrel finds a nut every so often too, but whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm not. I'm. It's part of my hamstring. All right, Ron, my first split decision.
You couldn't even put his name in.
I'm not
in a hashtag.
Nope. I'm gonna hashtag you. All right. Boo. Hold on. And I don't care. I want Giants fans to join us live, and I will challenge you all day of the week. He is a garbage quarterback. He stunk. He stunk.
Oh, we got froze. Oh,
you got froze. No, there you go.
The wrath of New York came down hard
on you. On you. I didn't free you froze. I will say this. Look at who their quarterback is now. Who's their quarterback now, Ron? Who's the Giants quarterback right now?
Daniel Boone or something?
Daniel Boone. Yes. Yeah. Daniel Boone. Daniel Jones, who's an absolute trash. I've seen garbage cans play better. Replaced Eli Manning because that's how bad Eli Manning was. And they got somebody even worse because they were so sick of Eli and how bad he was. They picked a quarterback who was worse. Anyway, my first split decision. Ron, which wide receiver is more likely to have over 1,500 yards receiving this season? Tyreek Hill, who last year had 1,799 yards, CD Lamb, who had 1,749. Did I say 1,000? 1,799 for Tyreek, 1,749 for CD Lamb, or Amon-Ra St. Brown, who had 1,515 yards. Those were the only three wide receivers that had 1,500 yards or more last season. Who's more likely to have it again this season?
That's a good one. I'm going to say Tyreek.
Probably the most stable one, right?
Yeah.
Although now he's going to be racing, world-class sprinters. So, I don't know.
Well, something to look forward to, right?
Oh, yeah. We could do this. It was the golf one they do, like Brady, Manning. It was, what do they call that?
I don't know. That's stupid.
The challenge or whatever it was called. Maybe they're going to do that now. Didn't they do that with humans versus animals too? Somebody did that one year.
Yeah,
it was like, somebody was racing
it was an NFL player too.
Right, somebody was racing an animal. Whatever.
Wait, was it Barry Sanders that did that?
No, I don't think so. But Tyreek Hill, I agree with you. I think Tyreek's the most. I don't know. We don't even know if CeeDee Lamb will be on the field. Right, so that's a question. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, he just barely got over 15. So I like your call there. That was a good one. Your second split decision, Ron.
My second.
I am so pissed off right now. This stupid Eli thing.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Eli's my LeBron for you. That if that's, I don't know how you put that guy on any pedestal.
He's a two-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's amazing.
All right, this is an interesting
Helmet catch. He didn't catch the damn ball. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
You okay?
I'm ready. I'm good.
What record is more likely to fall first?
Okay.
Wayne Gretzky's all-time goals?
Nope.
Ovechkin needs 41.
Oh, all-time goals, just goals. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, all-time goals.
Yeah.
Or the single game passing yards record, 554 by Rams' Norm Van Brocklin.
When the hell? How long's Norm Van Brocklin been out of the league? And nobody's beat it. And nobody's beating it. I'm going. It's more likely that Ovechkin's going to pass Gretzky before somebody passes for 554 yards.
You think so?
I do. As much as it's a passing league, I don't see anybody doing five change. What time in the losing Super Bowl, Tom Brady threw for over 500 yards against the Eagles. Like, it doesn't happen that often, though.
Yeah, but you figure how many games this season are they going to be before Ovechkin has a shot at breaking that?
But Ovechkin, 82 games, if he gets one goal every other game, he could possibly pass that next year.
Because you got to figure if a quarterback has like 475 in the third quarter.
Yeah, but how many times?
Going to try to make a run.
Yeah, but how many times has it happened? Norm Van Brock had to play in what, the 60s, 70s?
And
nobody's broken it.
I know.
And it's a throwing league now, and it still hasn't been broken. But all right, all right. My second, I'm still going with Ovechkin.
Bo Nix.
I'm going Bo Nix. Yes, he is. We're gonna nix that record right off the bat. Bo Nix, good job, Ron. I like where we're headed right now.
Game one.
Sean Payne wants to prove a point. We're gonna blow the kids out game one. All right, Ron. My second split decision. Is it more likely that Aaron Judge hits 60 home runs first? He's at 48. Or the Washington Nationals hit 125 home runs as a team. They're at 105.
So they need 20 more.
They need 20, but that's the whole team. Aaron Judge needs 12.
I'll take Aaron Judge.
Isn't it insane? I was like, let me see who's the worst home run hitting team. They've hit 105 home runs this season.
You can't spell elite without Eli.
All right, you're banned from the show ever again, Kenny. Done. That was the comment that did it. Done. I don't care. We will not air a show. We will do a rerun. You will not air. You will not, I don't care. Done. You're off. This is a fighting word.
It is sad though that I take Judge over a whole team.
Right?
It's
12.
20 home runs.
It's crazy. Dude, they haven't even hit one home run a game. Like, it's insane. I don't, whatever. Oh my goodness. 105 home runs for the whole season. That's,
Yeah.
that's
I'll take Aaron Judge to
your
get
judge
12
with
before
12, right?
Washington
He's on a
gets 20.
tear too. He's on a tear. He might do it in the next 2 weeks. Wait, he's hitting.
I like Aaron Judge. I like him.
Right. I like the hope. I like him and Soto. The fact that the Yankees didn't redo this Soto thing by now, like you could just see Soto's so good in New York. It works so well. But anyway. All right, Ron, we're going to talk some NHL. Hey, don't hate. Don't hate. Seattle Krakens have signed Matty Beniers to an extension.
Wait, what? The Seattle what?
Kraken.
Okay. I thought I heard an S on that.
Kraken. Not Krakens. Seattle Kraken
thought I
have
heard
signed Matty Beniers to an extension. Is it a good move for the team? Do you like the move?
Yeah, I think.
I still can't get used to that picture.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what he reminds me of? A younger version of the dude from Schitt's Creek. Eugene Levy?
What creek?
Schitt's Creek.
Eugene Levy. American Pie.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes, he does. That is
Right.
awesome. It is him. I swear
So
it's
it's a
him.
great signing just based on that.
They should
alone.
have that, right? Eugene Levy night, and be like this kid could.
It should.
That would be a Kraken. We take full. If you guys do it, we want credit.
Look, if he ever gets traded to LA, he should go to Hollywood and,
They could make
maybe be a guest appearance for Eugene's
or
long lost son.
or remake American Pie, and now he's he's the dad, and I like it.
Like a prequel.
Yes. Ooh, and he humped the pie too. Pumpkin though, pumpkin. That's how he knew apple was the better option when his kid, because he did a pumpkin pie.
Yes. Yes.
We're writing the script. That's anyone watching from Hollywood right now, get us on. We just wrote you the perfect script.
Hashtag American Pie.
The dude banged an apple pie back in the past, so now the kid had to do an apple pie because he knew the pumpkin just wasn't doing it.
Yes.
That would be some slop.
I'll
No,
tell
let's
you,
move on.
WDJY is going to hate us after this episode.
Yeah, we're pretty much never going to be on anything ever again. WDJY, please forgive us. Go ahead.
I love the signing. I think the kid's very talented, and I think if you put more talent around this kid, it's going to be even better. He's young. He's not going anywhere. You're going to get at least the numbers that he's already posted up, and I don't think it can go wrong right now. I don't think it can go wrong. I think it's a great signing for them.
First pick in team history, right? And he's produced, to your point, he's produced 42 goals, 61 assists in the 2 seasons, 167 games. He's a +2, right? 5 game-winning goals, won the Calder. To your point, build around this kid now. 7 years, 50 million. He's affordable. It's like 7 million a year or something to that effect.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
a good
can
number for him too,
right?
And if his numbers improve the next 4 or 5 years,
he's 21 too,
that's
Ron.
gold
21,
right there.
21. Right.
Yep.
So great signing. This is what more teams should be
10
doing.
more years. He's got at least 10 more good years in him.
Right. It'd be nice to see players finally just stick with the team like throughout their career again. This is a great opportunity here. I think that puts them for another 8-9 years just on the Kraken.
Yep.
No,
and
great
it's
signing.
not a guess. You know what I'm saying? Like Montreal just signed that defenseman, but that's a guess. Like, you don't have to guess with Beniers. He's going to put up numbers, and he's going to if he's going to give you 30 goals eventually, I think he will do that. 30 goals a year. Wow. I mean, you get yourself a bargain in 5 years.
Yeah. To your point, what kind of talent does Seattle put around him now?
Yep.
If that ownership's smart, the general manager, they start to let's build around this kid. To your point, he'll produce. You could see it.
Well, you
I
got
love
Rod
this signing.
Francis in that organization, so I'm confident that they're going to do that.
Yeah, no, outstanding,
Confident.
outstanding signing. Congratulations to Matty Beniers. What a great signing.
We
Ron,
don't get too many players that we agree with the contract either.
yeah, no, I like
That
this
one
one.
I
I like
do. I
this one
like that.
because you sometimes sit back. Oh, he's only been 2 years, but you see, he's a good kid. He's producing. Like, let's just ink it and be done and move on, and now build talent around him. Versus, hey, who knows? A couple years go by, now the kid wants 9 million, 10 million a year, and that's when you start to question it.
Right.
All right, we're going to continue this hockey talk though, Ron, with our pick and roll. So I hope you're ready.
It's time for Pick and Roll.
Pick and roll tonight. 1990, again, 34 years ago, episode 34. These were the top 5 power play goal scorers that season, and that was Brett Hull, Cam Neely, Brian Bellows, Mike Gattner, and Luc Robitaille. Ron,
a lot of goals on this list.
You are first this week. Please give us your 5 through 1 on your pick and roll.
Yeah, and I look at the numbers, and I don't care how many goals he scored. Brian Bellows to me is number 5. That minus 120 is just god awful.
Bang.
Awful.
We will agree.
Awful.
We already said anybody's a minus, they're off.
Yeah.
So I agree with you there.
Just atrocious. Okay. At this point in your career, somebody should have said, hey, look, if you go that way, you could probably take a puck away from somebody.
Try something. It's a thing called defense. Play it sometimes.
Yeah. And this is why you appreciate some players like Sidney Crosby. I almost said it without laughing. Almost.
I mean, you got to give that guy some love.
Give him credit.
You can only have one guy. You got LeBron. You can't have 2.
I'm giving him a hard time. It's not his fault. He's a great player, but it's the people that think he's top 5 is asinine.
All right. So keep going.
So
Pick and roll, baby.
Number 5. Number 4, this may shock you. I have Cam Neely at number 4. Love the player. Too bad he had injuries. And that is why he's at number 4. If Ulf Samuelsson never played in the league, Cam Neely would have been a beast, and he would have had probably more goals than any of these players. But 395 is no slouch. 694 points in 726 games. It's almost a point a game for a power forward, which is pretty damn good. So plus 83 for his career, 61 game winners, Hall of Famer, 4 All-Stars, and a Masterton, a very earned Masterton. So I like, there we go. That's much better. I can actually see the Notebook now.
Did you like that movie? Is that like...
The Notebook?
You seem like you're big into the romance novels and the romance movies.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Sure.
It's all over your face.
Of course. Number 3, I have Mike Gartner, who really doesn't get the credit this guy deserves. 708 goals is ridiculous. 627 assists. He's a plus 68 for his career. 90 game-winning goals. He's in a Hall of Fame. But this man has no accolades.
Yeah.
I don't know how you go and score 708 and you don't get into at least one All-Star game.
Something.
That's disgusting to be honest with you. Like, somebody should have put him on an All-Star
Agreed.
game. I think he's a great player. Number 2, Luc Robitaille. Oh my God. One of my favorite left wingers of all time. Love the player. I wish he played in Boston. This guy, 668 goals, 726 assists, 1,394 points, the most on the list. Plus 71, 89 game winners, 8 All Stars, 1 Stanley Cup, and a Calder Trophy. The only reason why I didn't put him number 1 was because Brett Hull at number 1 has 2 Stanley Cups and a Hart Trophy to go with it. And that was the difference why Brett Hull was number 1. Because I still think Luc Robitaille is the all-around better player. But Brett Hull put up those numbers.
I will.
He was only 3 points less. MVP, 2 Stanley Cups. You can't argue with it.
So I agree with you. I had the list exact same way, but I am telling you why I put Brett Hull ahead of Luc Robitaille. Luc Robitaille, 1,431 games. Brett Hull, 1,269, almost 200
That
less
was another
games,
reason. Yep.
and he only had 3 less points.
Yeah. And I had the games played there, and that is one of the reasons why Brett Hull was ahead.
Right? Just
Yeah.
amazing. And then
Absolutely.
110 game-winning goals by Brett Hull.
Yeah.
Man was clutch. Like,
It's
he came up big.
It's great.
So,
And
no,
a
the
Lady Byng and a Pearson Award to go with it too.
yeah, great list.
Pearson Award is the one that the players
Vote
on
on,
the
right?
best
Yeah.
player. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Brett Hull was class act. Class act. Kenny was happy
Spent a
about
lot of
Cam being
years with
named.
Adam Oates.
Oh, big Adam Oates. All right, Ron. Before we get into our predictions, can
Wow,
we?
it's that time already?
Yes. Can we bring in our boxing Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
So you have a chance to go on the Sports Unfolded Sports poll page on Facebook. Cast your vote to nominate one of these fine boxers into our Hall of Fame. Joe Frazier, Roberto Duran, George Foreman, Ken Norton, and Carlos Monzon. They are some phenomenal boxers. This is a tough one. Right now, George Foreman is leading, but the polls are open. Cast your votes. Let us know, because this is voted by the fans. Let's get one of these boxers to join these other boxers who are already inducted into the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. And that would be Muhammad Ali. Who's joining Muhammad Ali? It fits George Foreman. That's pretty crazy.
It is.
Right? Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah.
Be Ali and Foreman there. That'd be insane.
Wow. Yeah.
So we may see George Foreman and Muhammad Ali as our 2 first boxers. We just started this Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame this year. Already can see all the inductees on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, all the nominees and where they stand currently. We will start to actually put them in next year into some more to see if we could get some of them actually into the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. But phenomenal class of athletes already in. Help one of these boxes get in to our Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame at Sports Unfolded Sports Poll page on Facebook. Polls are open. All right, Ron, it is prediction time. I love my grill. Kenny loves his grill. That's good, Kenny. That's a good one. Yes, the George Foreman grill. I mean, that man made money all over the place. All right. So we are starting off with baseball, a 3-game series on.
You don't want to go through this?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. So picked up a game last week, Ron. 3-3. Everybody else went 4-2. Manny, who finally joined us, actually had a pretty good week. Kenny, 4-2 as well. So great job to you, gentlemen. Let's see if we can continue. Finally hit 100 losses, by the way.
Yeah, you see that.
Yeah, it took a while. It took 34 weeks, but we got there. So, Ron, we are starting off with Major League Baseball. Tonight, series kicks off. St. Louis Cardinals at the Minnesota Twins. Obviously, both of these teams' playoffs implications here. Oh, who do you have?
I'm taking Minnesota at home. I still think they're the better team. That's St. Louis, though. They have some players. Paul Goldschmidt You know, he can turn a game just by himself, but I'm going to go Minnesota.
James joined us. Thanks for joining. Went Minnesota as well. Kenny went Minnesota as well. Clean sweep because I also went Minnesota. I agree with you, Ron. Just a little bit better. St. Louis hasn't been consistent all year. Like, I think they're one game over 500. All right. Also in baseball, 8:27. This is going to be a fun 3-game series. The Baltimore Orioles at the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are finally starting to just put it all together. Mookie Betts back healthy. Clayton Kershaw back. Some of those guys that we, were out for a good portion of the season are back. I went Dodgers here at home.
Yeah, I went Dodgers too. I'm hoping Baltimore can take at least one game out of this, because you want to see if they can compete, right? You just want to see the compete level.
It's the Oriole Ducks.
Yeah, that's still a duck, by the way.
Kenny went with the Dodgers as well. It's going to be a good series, though. That's a fun series.
Betts, though.
That may be a World Series
That may be,
Ron. That may be a World Series preview.
Yeah,
this could be it.
I would not be surprised. Which is great, a great thing. I would like to see Baltimore make that next step.
Right? Agreed. August 23rd, Ron. Tonight, WNBA action. The Las Vegas Aces at the Minnesota Lynx. Minnesota's actually in first place. I think 2 games up on the Aces.
Yeah, I'm taking Las Vegas, though.
Ooh, I like it.
I'm going Las Vegas.
I'm just still not convinced. They've played solid basketball all season. I like what the Lynx have done. I went Minnesota here at home.
Yeah.
James went Vegas.
So we get some different stuff here.
Well, now we do.
Make a break.
This one is. Oh, got the card coming in. There we go. Aces. That looks like a joker, but it's close. Kenny's going with Sausage Lynx. All right, got it. We got a Kenny LYNX. But it's all right, buddy. We love you.
He's missing.
Huh? He's got Sausage Links. It's all right. It's part of our hamstring.
You're not missing link?
The missing link. Yes. Goodbye. Also in WNBA, you got the Connecticut Sun at the New York Liberty. This is on the tomorrow as well. So my pick, your pick.
I'm guessing, yeah.
My pick. I went New York, man. The best team in WNBA by far. They have dominated, and they're at home.
I also went New York because it's too bad because I really wanted to pick Connecticut, but I can't.
Yeah, 4 losses all season, the Liberty.
Yeah.
They're just dominating.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominating. Which we expected this last season, so.
Right.
They finally, you know how that first year.
Yeah,
it's like the Miami Heat. The first year they lost. And then LeBron.
Just like that.
Then your boy LeBron came on. Kenny going Sun here, though. Kenny going Sun. Going Oppo.
Homer.
All right. 8:25 this Sunday. Big preseason matchup in the the New England Patriots at the Washington Commanders. Jacoby Brissett already named starter for that game. I know how excited you are about that.
Oh, that might change my pick then. Look, this is a team that's going to make us think that we have something that we don't. They're going to go into that game. They're going to win that game, and people are going to get all giddy and think that we're going to make the playoffs. That's what they want. They want you to think that. So I'm picking the Patriots in that one.
You know what? I picked New England as well. Same thing. I think they're going to play pretty well. Pats all the way, baby. All right, Kenny. So James went Washington.
Those guys that are going to think with that.
Oh yeah,
playoffs.
Kenny's going to put him in the Super Bowl already. I can already tell. Drake May is going to throw one touchdown. It's the season's.
Xavier, if you're out there, this is for you. Look, a guy told me yesterday that he thinks that the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. I'm like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. First of all, with all the good teams that are out there,
James.
and that doesn't even think you have to think that Cincinnati is going to be better because Burrow is there, right? That's another team that's just better. It's better.
James is excited over our preseason win. Super Bowl bound. Kenny's already calling Super Bowl for New England. Dallas, I won a preseason game. Like everything gets thrown out of whack with preseason. People, slow your roll. Slow your roll. All right, Ron, 8:24. So tomorrow, this is a big game based on the fact that it's in Ireland. NCAA football is back. Number 10, Florida State Seminoles at Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin.
So this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and
it's Dublin, bro. You got to think about James went.
Yeah, so give us your pick.
I don't know who. I'm so confused today. FSU, baby. Going FSU here.
Yeah, I went FSU too. Because now the home field advantage is out the window because now they're going to be in Dublin. So.
FSU has actually got a pretty good team, but think about the tailgating in that game. People are going to come in hamming it. It's going to be awesome. God. I love this.
They're probably already there waiting for the game.
Kenny's already hamming. Can't pick a team, Kenny. FSU, Georgia Tech. There you go. GT. Kenny doesn't like to have 2 good weeks in a row. I think that's what it is.
That's good. Kenny's out there with our Dallas Georgians, picking Georgia Tech.
Okay. All right. I see. All right. Got some MLS action, Ron. FC Cincinnati at Inter Miami CF.
Yeah. I'm not going against him, even though they've lost games. I'm still going with Miami.
All right. Miami it is.
I'm not going against them.
I went Cincinnati on this one.
Good.
I don't even know if Messi's been playing. I don't know. But they're still in first, Miami. Cincinnati, second place, though.
Yeah.
James went Miami.
I'm going with Miami.
Miyamo. Oh, no. Easy, Will Smith. Oh, yeah. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Will Smith, Miami, Kenny.
It's time Will Smith, baby.
All right. Oh, that deserves a slap. Will Smith, baby.
Oh, play it.
I just slapped. I did.
Slap. Oh, I didn't hear it.
You want another?
Yeah, another one.
Okay. One more?
Okay.
All right. All right. We also have 8:24 on tomorrow. Little timing here a change. Coke Zero Sugar 400. There it is, baby. Yes. By the way, me and the captain.
Sponsor us, Coke.
Me and the captain. One of our favorite mixes. Coke Zero Sugar. Just saying. Me and the captain love it. This is in Daytona, Ron. We need a top 5 driver.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you that top 5 driver, and I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin.
Oh, Denny Hamlin.
I think he is due for another win. I believe he has 3 this season, and he's going to get number 4 right here. So if I were all you, I would go with Denny Hamlin.
Or James going Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott.
All right.
Chasing the dream.
I say the man who's come in 7 top 5 times is finally going to win one. Bubba Wallace.
Bubba.
Going to Bubba.
I have to go back and save Bubba.
Captain Dan, baby. Captain Dan. Ron, if you didn't know. Lieutenant Dan. That's it. Lieutenant Dan. If you didn't know, too, life's like a box of chocolate.
It
I
is.
mean, you never know what you're going to get, buddy. So,
You think posting Forrest Gump is going to get us more people?
no, I think we're going to get more off the big unit. Just saying. The big unit's going right
What
up
if it
there.
was the bigger unit?
Oh, that doesn't get us. That is our conclusion of our prediction segment. Again, if you are lucky enough to join us live like James and Kenny did, you could give us your picks and you could compete against us every week and get your
Yeah.
stats put up on our prediction chart. So join us. If you're listening to us, WDJY 99.1 FM in Dallas, Georgia. We are on every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rhode Island Broadcasting. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Check us out there. If you'd like to buy some Sports Unfolded merchandising, go to Patreon at RI Broadcasting. Videos, stickers, pens, and more. There's a little bit of everything on there. Mouse pads. I might be picking one of those up, by the way. And just ways to help support our show. You can donate stars bits as well as many other different formats. But Ron, let's tell the wonderful people out there how they can become a sponsor of Sports Unfolded.
Yeah, Eric, and it's so important, right? It's so important. And you might want to do it because the last two episodes have gone over 1,000 views. So jump on it. Jump on it. So you can just send us an email to ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. We can send you out all the information. But the only information you need to know is that it costs less than going to your local Chinese restaurant and picking up the number 5 platter.
Oh, listen, I love the number 5, though.
Number 5. So get on that, jump on it, because I mean, if you are a Chinese restaurant, you can have your egg rolls as a feature for the pick and roll segment.
Can we
Pick
change it to pick
and
an egg
roll.
roll? Pick an egg roll.
Yes.
I will say this too, thousands of ears and eyes on your business weekly. So great opportunity. Not only are we on all these social media platforms, audio platforms as well. So not only can you see our beautiful faces, you can hear our wonderful voices on so many different platforms. So continue to like, share, follow our show as well. Check out Rhode Island Broadcasting, some amazing shows going on daily, a morning talk show that Ron and other co-hosts that he has every single day. So a lot of fun going on with Rhode Island Broadcasting. You are listening to the best sports podcast on the planet. So again, not only do you have a morning show, you can listen to us every Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rhode Island Broadcasting. Check us out. Before we get into our final thoughts, we also want to bring up one more time the NFL nominees for the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame, and that is Derek Thomas, Derek Brooks, Junior Seau, Kevin Green, and Mike Singletary. The polls are open now. Sports Unfolded sports poll page on Facebook. Make sure you vote. Get one of these fine linebackers into the Hall of Fame. And also for boxing, phenomenal boxes here. Joe Frazier, Roberto Duran, George Foreman, Ken Norton, and Carlos Monzon. So some phenomenal boxes as well. Our Hall of Fame inductees there on the right and on the left, all of the nominees and where they stand. We've got to get Oscar Robinson on this next time he's in. So this is voted by the fans. This is Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame for the fans. So make sure you cast your votes. Sports Unfolded Sports Poll page on Facebook. Polls are open. Let us know who's our next nominee for the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. Ron, it is final thoughts time. Our final thoughts, we like to end our show not only with sports topics, but it could be about anything going on in the world today. You are first this week, my friend. So please let us know your final thought.
My final thought goes out to Mary Decker. Who is Mary Decker? Well, she's a runner that just recently broke the oldest outdoor record in America for these events. The record was held 38 years, 11 months, and 16 days. That's how long it's been that this record was held. And now she has done it in 8 minutes, 25 seconds, 8:25 and 10 fractions of a second in the 3,000 meter outdoor. She is now the American record holder.
Wow.
So congratulations, Mary Decker.
Mary Decker, congratulations. Ron, my final thoughts. First of all, I just want to talk to the Olympic Committee because I feel like we have a great opportunity to be in the next breakdancing for the Australian team. And I'm pleading with them to allow us because I'd like a nice trip to LA. So if you're out there, bring breakdancing back just for one more year. Me and Ron, we'll join very quietly. Well,
It was planned.
Huh?
It was planned not to be there this year.
But see, that doesn't work because I
Doesn't
want to
make
be.
sense.
I want us to be there. We should be. Australia, call us. We can show you some
Why
great
don't we
dance
try
moves.
out for the curling team?
Ooh. My wife says I don't sweep well though, so I can't be the sweeper. I have to be the guy behind, like just.
Well, you throw the rock, I'll sweep.
Okay, all right. But in all seriousness, my final thought: the NFL has changed a new rule. They have decided that coaches no longer have to wait more than a year to be eligible for the NFL Hall of Fame. What that means is there is a good chance that Bill Belichick will be elected into the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame, into the NFL Hall of Fame next season, which is incredible to think about. But does that change his thought process on returning to the NFL? And that's where I wonder what his thought process is going to be if the NFL does allow him the opportunity to become a Hall of Famer.
He's going to be called this year. He's going to be called this year.
Right. But does he do it?
At some point, somebody's going to get fired.
Dallas. Oh, you think like that way.
And he is going to answer the call, and he's going to be a coach again this year.
Okay.
You watch.
All right. Listen, I think you're right, but we'll see. We'll see. Ron, it has been a pleasure tonight.
Imagine what he would do with that Philadelphia team.
So, we are the best sports podcast on the planet. You get to listen to us every Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rhode Island Broadcasting. We are on all social media platforms, so check out at Sports Unfolded, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. We're everywhere. Great opportunity. Patreon, check us out. Get your Sports Unfolded merchandise. Is going fast. And all our great listeners in Dallas, Georgia, WDJY 99.1 FM every Saturday night. Don't forget, you can also see us on Southeast Connecticut, SEC TV, Public Access, Channel 12, every Tuesday, 10 p.m. So, again, enjoy all of the great ways to watch, listen to us here on Sports Unfolded. Check out the best morning show on the internet, Going On Daily. That's on every
Kenny will be on tomorrow morning.
Every morning, 9 a.m. So have some fun with that as well. Ron, we get to do this all over again next week. I look forward to it. I do want to tell everybody out there, we always ask for one thing and one thing only at the end of our show, and that's peace on earth.
Have a great night, everybody.